Here we go. We've reached the last week of the season. It's week 18, and we start with Desperados Nighthawks in the NFC South. Bryce Young back to pass and sacked Harold Landry, getting in the backfield, forcing the Nighthawks kick, and that goes wide right, so 0-0 it remains. But in the second, Nighthawks in the red zone. They fail on third down, fourth down kick, much easier than the last. Now second half, it's tied 3-3. Nobody's offense is going. But here come the Desperados past the Debo. They get their own kicker out and take the lead 6-3. Later in the third, though, Nighthawks, they have Christian McCaffrey. He's got the sideline. A couple Desperados in pursuit, and they knock him down finally at the 6. Second and goal now, Nighthawks. They plow ahead with the fullback dive, and then later in the fourth, Nighthawks back in the red zone. This time it's McCaffrey going straight through the middle of the Desperado defense. 17-6. Only 2 minutes left in this game. Trey Lance is bombing it deep. And he's got Corey Davis, who burned everyone on that play. So Desperados back in range. They're going for 2, though. Make it a 3-point game. And the pitch out to Etienne is good. So 17-14. They just need a defensive stop. All timeouts are gone. And Bryce Young is using his legs to get the first down and kind of break a tackle or two and seal this game. 17-14. Desperados now 10-7, Nighthawks though 6-11. Now in St. Louis, the Riverhogs and the Blues battling it out for first place in the AFC North. And the Blues down 3, but Russell Wilson finds a wide open Jacoby Myers. What happened to the Riverhogs defense? Just busted coverage. Now the Riverhogs, third and goal, past the DK Metcalf, but they're stopped short. They go for the field goal, down 1 in the third, still a 1-point game. This time it's Metcalf laying out for this one in the end zone, and they're going for 2. So they go up 7, 14-7. The Blues, they have a 4th and 5, and Wilson's pass is caught for a first down to the 1-yard line. So they punch it in from first and goal. It's Aaron Jones who slides in for the score. Now we're tied up at 14 and going into overtime. Riverhogs with the ball first, but a diving stop by Harrison Smith forces the punt. And so Blues on 3rd and 9, Russell Wilson delivers down the sideline. Then 3rd and 5, another pass to Jacoby Myers, gets a 1st and goal. Now 4th and goal, and it's Jacoby Myers absorbing the hit from the Riverhogs, hanging on to win. And so the Blues win the AFC North, get that home playoff game at 11-6. The Riverhogs, they fall to 10-6-1. Now in OKC, the Bisons and Armadillos, AFC South matchup here. And Daniel Jones back at the helm. Loft this one in the end zone. Darius Slayton comes down with it. And so the Bisons take the early 7-0 lead. Now 7-3 in the second. Armadillo's ball. It's Goff to Deontay Johnson for the first down. Now 1st and goal. Goff again throwing to his right. There's a tight end, Tyler Conklin. Sheds 2 Bisons tacklers on his way to the end zone. He won't be denied. The Armadillos up 13-7. Stuffed on third down. Make it a 2-score game with the kick, 16-7. So the Bison's in a bind here. Daniel Jones trying to make something happen, just throws it away on second down. But there's a flag, so back him up. 2nd and 22. And then sack Frank Clark. That was his 4th sack. 3rd and 30. Jones stepping up, not seeing anything he likes, so just kind of scales the line of scrimmage, throws it away. 20 seconds left. There's really no hope for the Bisons. But Jones going to try scrambling and getting sacked again. 16-7. The Bisons upset by the Armadillos. Armadillos will finish at 7-10. Bisons 10-5-2. Now we head to Toronto. The Thunderbirds and the Lumberjacks. Down 3. Lumberjack ball in the first. Mac Jones taking the sack. Sebastian Joseph Day raising his hand. I did this. 3rd and 28. Lumberjack Mac dancing in the pocket. Oh, and he's safetied. Safetied last week, safetied this week by Max Crosby. 5-0. Lumberjack, Mac. Oh, he's got Amari Cooper. That's been one of the bright spots for the Lumberjacks. And he's off to the races. Easy touchdown for Cooper. Big year out of him. Lumberjacks with the ball. Now, Thunderbirds. Tannehill. He's dealing. He's got Juju Smith-Schuster at the 1, 1st and goal. They hand it off up the gut. Najee Harris keeps the legs turning for the score. Later in the second, the Thunderbirds are back in the red zone. It's Tannehill to Mike Evans, bringing this score up to 19. Now 19-10 in the third. The Lumberjacks, they're punting this ball away on 4th and 21. Lucky to avoid a safety, but Brian Edwards is back to receive for the Thunderbirds, and he's cutting straight through the middle of this Lumberjacks defense for the score, reminiscent of that Week 2 walk-off he had against the Tigers, and now pitching it out to Najee Harris. Thunderbirds taking this lead up to 34-13. Lumberjacks desperate, 4th and 12. Lumberjack Mac, lots of time. He's going for it. He slings it. That's caught. And Dante Pettis refuses to go down. The touchdown will bring this just a little closer. Final score 34-20. Thunderbirds will now finish 12-5, and the Lumberjacks finish 3-14. Now we stay in the north for our next matchup. It's the Mounties and the Huskies. Here the Mounties go. Play action pass for Aaron Rodgers, slinging it over the middle. And Terry McLaurin sheds 2 tackles on his way to the end zone. 7-0. Now 7-3 in the second. Mounties, they're driving. Rodgers on the move. And in the back of the end zone, 2 feet down for Devin Duvernay. The Mounties receivers putting in some work, but so are the Huskies. Alvin Kamara on a pitch to the right gets the touchdown, bringing this game a little closer. And the 2-point conversion is good, so closer still, 14-11. Now Mounties in the third. Rodgers has a man downfield. Duvernay is back, and he has got his second touchdown of this game. The Mounties 24, Huskies 11. 3rd and 10 now for the Huskies. Elijah Moore getting down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Justin Herbert throwing again. Back of the end zone. Braxton Berrios left wide open. Later in the 4th, Huskies down 6 and the ball, and Herbert is going deep to Devontae Smith. Then they have 1st and goal from the 2. Play action, and Herbert fires this one in there. He goes right back to Smith for the score, and with the extra point, will take the lead with 30 seconds left. But the Mounties, they're driving into Husky territory with a timeout, but Rodgers goes to Gabe Davis, who beats his man down the field. With the final timeout, they set themselves up with the game-winning kick. Final score, Mounties 27, Huskies 25. Mounties will go to 12-5. Huskies now 10-7. Now to Orlando, it's Caps Orbits, a little AFC East rivalry. Caps ball, Mahomes throwing. Chris Olave takes 1 hit, 2 hit, stays on his feet. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Mahomes dumps it off to the tight end, Evan Ingram. So Caps strike first. They go up 7-0. 7-3 now in the 3rd. Mahomes throws back to Ingram, getting close at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. Throwing. Chris Godwin hangs on with a man draped all over him for the score. 14-3. 2nd and goal. Orbits, they march right back. Tucker Kraft takes the handoff, but they need 2 to get it within 3. Oh, but they can't hang on. The hit jars the ball loose. 14-9. 2 minutes left in this game. Mahomes takes a sack, forced to a field goal, so Orbits are not out of it. They need to score and go for 2. Jalen Hurts with a clean pocket, throws to a wide open Nelson Aguilar, but he steps out of bounds, had a touchdown. 2nd and goal. Hurts again, looking right. Miles Sanders with the crisp route running, getting open on that play. So Orbits, they need that 2 points to tie it up at 17, and they've got it. 30 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes throwing over the middle to Chris Olave, and he outruns the Orbits defense on his way to the end zone. Caps win it in the final seconds. Final score 24-17, and that means the Caps go up to 10-7. They're locked in for a wild card spot. Orbits 6-10-1. Now to Mexico City, the Golden Eagles hosting the Wizards. Wizards ball in the 1st. Brock Purdy with a little play action pass, looking left down the sideline, and Tyreek Hill comes back and gets it. Now they're at the 2-yard line, and they hand the ball off to Cam Akers. Takes a big hit, but he's in. The Wizards lead 7-0. Later in the 1st, Golden Eagles are throwing. Ben Kurt down to Mike Williams, wide open, steps out of bounds at the 5. And then Ramondre Stevenson does the rest. He ties it up with the rushing touchdown. 7-7 in the 2nd. Wizards, they march right back. They're in the red zone, and Cam Akers gets his 2nd touchdown of the game. So Wizards got 14, Golden Eagles 7. Ben Kurt throwing, going right back to Mike Williams, and this time he doesn't go out of bounds. He goes all the way for the touchdown. Tied up at 14 after a couple of field goals in the 3rd. 20-14 in the Wizards. Brock, he finds Christian Watson. He's got speed to burn, and he is gone. They're going to kick the extra point and go up 21-20. So now less than a minute in the fourth. Kurt Benkert under pressure. That brings up a 4th and 20, a 56-yarder for the win. But no problem. Golden Eagles take the win, 23-21 in the waning seconds. They both end the season now at 6-11. Now let's go to Virginia Beach, the Steamers and the Snowhawks. Here's Joe Burrow. Play fake. A lot of time in that pocket. Finds his tight end, John Bates. And Bates gets all the way to the end zone. Steamers strike first in the second now, 10-0. Here's Lawrence now with lots of time. He's going to heave this one deep. And Jackson Smith and Jigba comes down with it. Been clutch all year long. But on 3rd and goal, the pass is incomplete. Knocked loose. Out comes the kicker. Snowhawks get their first points of the game. 10-3 now. Burrow escaping the pocket. Finding his back, Nick Chubb. And Chubb breaks one tackle. Fights through a few more into the end zone. Tough running by Nick Chubb. Steamers now up 17-3. But here's Trevor Lawrence. Nice pass to a wide open Jackson Smith and Jigba. 17-10 now. Steamers in the red zone. Burrow firing. Caught. Drake London hangs on. Takes a hit in the end zone. And Steamers now take their lead into the fourth. Up 11. Lawrence is throwing 1st and goal. To the right. Van Jefferson is there. Gets the feet down for the score. But they're going for 2. Trying to make it a 3-point game. There's a man open in the end zone. But the hit pops the ball loose. 24-19 is the score. But the Snowhawks still have time. And Gerald Everett not going down easy. Busting and breaking all the way down inside the 10. 3rd and goal now. Lawrence throws it away. 4th and goal for the Snowhawks. Lawrence is back to pass. Trying to buy some time in the pocket. But Josh Allen gets to him first. So the Steamers defense comes through in the clutch. Final score 24-19. Snowhawks, they're 12-5. Steamers 9-8. Next up is the Black Knights and the Voyagers in London. Black Knights ball first. Handoff. Selvin Ahmed, big run last week. First down run here. Getting inside the red zone. Now 3rd and 5. Jake Hayner in at QB, and that goes incomplete. So this field goal is for the lead, and they get it 6-3 in a game of field goals. 30 inches now. Darnold to Robbie Chosen. Shakes free of a couple Black Knights, and then it's a foot race. And Chosen gets brought down inside the 30. Right before the half, they'll tie this up at 6. All field goals so far in the first half. Now Darnold with some time in the pocket. Throwing deep downfield, and Cooper Kupp. The corner fell down. Kupp could go all the way. Spins out of a tackle. Here comes a 3rd man, and he tackles him down inside the end zone too late. Voyagers score the first touchdown of the game. But here are the Black Knights on 2nd and goal. Selvin Ahmed running tough again now at the 2-yard line. He gets him close, and then Dwayne McBride steps in and gets the touchdown. We're tied up at 13 into the 4th. Jake Hayner swings it out to the tight end. Travis Kelce gets the first down and a little more. Getting tackled, falling forward. 2nd and 9, 2 minutes left in this game. Hayner now throws. Pass complete, another first down. Black Knights moving the chains, under a minute to go. The 3rd down run doesn't get anywhere, but it sets up the game-winning kick as time expires. The Black Knights steal one from the Voyagers. Despite no Dak Prescott, no Joe Mixon, Jake Hayner and the gang, they finish 8-9, Voyagers 9-8. Now to Houston we go. It's the Oilers versus the Dreadnoughts. Oilers ball in the first, and here's Will Levis throwing. Justin Jefferson comes down with it at the 1. 2nd and goal, Jonathan Taylor powers his way through, so Oilers up 7-0. Dreadnoughts, Geno Smith escaping the pocket, throwing towards the sideline. That's caught. 3rd inches, though, for the Dreadnoughts. And the pass to Kyle Pitts is complete. Looks like he got shoved out, found his way back to the goal line. Tied up after a couple of field goals, though. The Oilers take the lead, but now Kyle Pitts strikes again. 14-13. Dreadnoughts go up. Levis now throwing deep for the end zone. That's Quez Watkins who got open on that play. But they need to go for 2. Put them up 7. Pass complete over the middle, 21-14. Dreadnoughts, though, come right back at him. Nice touch on that pass for the touchdown. Jermichael Hasty out of the backfield for that one. 21-21. Dreadnoughts are not done. Kyle Pitts is not satisfied with 2 touchdowns. Gets his 3rd right here. And then 31-21 after the field goal. Oilers are in trouble. But Levis fits that ball in there, and the receiver extends, but not enough, so at the 1. But this throw is enough. Quez Watkins holds on in the end zone. Oilers keeping it close. 34-28. A touchdown can win this thing. On 4th and 10, Levis throws off his back foot, and it goes nowhere. So the Dreadnoughts are going to hang on 34-28. They'll finish the year 9-8 after starting 1-5 Oilers. They're 5-12. Now in Oakland, we have Pioneers versus Redwoods. Pioneers ball, 2nd and 10 for Chosen Rosen. Josh Rosen with some nice touch on that pass. And T. Higgins, they ruled him out. Then they take a look, and he looks out to me, but they say, let's give him a touchdown. The Pioneers, they're 3-13. They need some help. Need to spot him some points. Here's Josh Rosen again, going back to the end zone. Very similar ball. N'Keal Harry brings it down this time. 14-3 Pioneers. But Baker Mayfield, he's got Devontae Adams down the middle of the field in the red zone now. 3rd and 8. Redwoods looking to pass. Mayfield, lots of time, escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run it, and no one's going to get him. He's fighting for the end zone, and he gets in. Really long run. Baker Mayfield finds a way in, though. 14-10, Redwoods with the ball back, and Mayfield tosses one up. When you have Michael Thomas, you give him that chance. He scores. 17-14, Redwoods take the lead, and Redwoods, they're not done yet. They're firing to Devontae Adams for the touchdown. 24-17 in the 4th. Derrick Henry, he breaks one tackle, and he has some room. He might be gone. A couple of Pioneers out in front. Can they catch him? There's a defender close. He dives and misses, and Henry is in for the score up the gut. 31-17 now. Pioneers, less than 2 minutes to go. Waiting in the pocket, Rosen finally throwing, and Rosen is intercepted. Devon Witherspoon with the pick. He runs this one back near the 50-yard line. Witherspoon's pick, the final nail in the coffin. The Pioneers are dead, 34-17. And with the win, the Redwoods finish 8-9. The Pioneers will finish 3-14. Now we go to Omaha. The Antlers versus the Aviators. Aviator ball, 1st and 10. Jordan Love back to throw. Completes a pass down inside the 10, so they have 1st and goal, now 3rd and goal. Love throws. Donovan Peoples-Jones with the catch. Aviators go up 7-0. Allen now for the Antlers. They're driving. Lockett brings it down to about the 11-yard line. 3rd and 7. Allen back to throw. Doesn't see anything. Things open up right in front of him, and so he dashes ahead for the score. We're tied up at 7. 1st and 10. Read option for Allen. Keeps this one. Picks up a few blocks, little subtle juke there, and he has no one left to beat. Goes all the way for the score. So Allen running often, 14-7, and now he throws across the middle. He goes back to Tyler Lockett for the score. Antlers starting to pull away here, 24-10. Josh Allen firing for the end zone. Caught again. This time Michael Gallup with the touchdown. 31-10. Just 20 seconds left. Aviators are out of this thing, but they end on a nice jump ball catch in the end zone. Defender draped all over him, but Donovan Peoples-Jones comes through. Final score, 31-17. The Antlers were in full control this one. Allen ran wild, and they're 10-7 heading to the playoffs. Aviators 5-11-1. Now let's head back to London. This time it's the Dragons hosting the Shamrocks. Shamrocks ball on 1st and 10, and CJ Sprout with a nice slow fake before he completes the pass to DJ Moore. 4th and goal, they're going for it. Being aggressive, Kendrick Bourne with the catch. Now nearing the end of the first half, it's 13-0. The Dragons with the ball. Kyler Murray thought about running it, throws it away. So their first points come with a kick at the end of the half. Another field goal makes it 13-6. A touchdown will tie it, but Murray's being chased down by the Shamrocks defense. Another field goal comes and goes. It's good. 13-9. Shamrocks ball in the 4th. CJ Stroud can't escape Micah Parsons. So it's Dragons ball, 4th and 6. Pass complete, right on the line. Jahmyr Gibbs fighting for it. He is short, so 3rd and 8. It's up to the Dragons defense. But the Stroud to Moore connection, too strong. Shamrocks score. They go up 20-9. And so here the Dragons are with under a minute. 2nd and 10. Murray fires it across the middle, and they come up 1 yard short. 1st and goal on the 1. They get in there. Adam Thielen rolling around in the end zone. 2-point conversion, down 5, make it 3. Murray sacked, so they need an onside kick. It's tough to get, bouncing around. Shamrocks recover, so the Dragons' comeback is going to fail. Final score, 20-15. The Shamrocks win 13 games, 13-4. Dragons, they finish 8-9. Now in San Diego, the Sentinels hosting the Condors. Condor ball, 3rd and 2. Handoff to Elijah Mitchell, gets the first down and more inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Justin Fields back to throw. He's going to swing it out to his back, and Mitchell finishes the drive with the touchdown. Later in the 3rd, 7-6. Josh Dobbs getting chased down by Grady Jarrett, and he can't escape. Huge sack, but the Sentinels, they'd bounce back. Handoff to Tony Pollard. Goes for a first down all the way down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. They go right back to Pollard. He dives over the goal line. Sentinels take the lead. But now here comes the 2-point conversion. A toss out to Pollard to go up 7, and he dives over again for the score. 14-7 now. It's Condors ball. There's Fields to Mark Andrews inside the 10. 3rd and goal. Back to pass. Fields moving to his left. And he's got Andrews again. Hangs on after the hit in the end zone. 14-14, just 2 minutes to go. Condors got the ball back at 3rd and 6. Fields using his legs to get out and get the first down. He slides down under a minute now. 2nd and 5, a lot of time. Fields throwing. Andrews, he's there when you need him. 3rd and 5. Mitchell's run is bottled up short, so they're going to leave it in the hands, or should I say foot, of the kicker. And it's good. Condors win as time expires, 17-14. They're going to finish the season 13-4. Sentinels 8-1. Now to Melbourne, the Bulls versus the Elks. Elks ball, 4th and 2, and they're not kicking because they have Bijan Robinson, who's fighting everyone off and running down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. Go right back to him. Robinson jukes his way into the end zone for the score. Elks go up 7-0, now 7-3, end of the first half. Anthony Richardson, he's got the tight end Akwankwo sliding across the middle, 14-3. But in the 4th, the Bulls are moving the ball. Garrett Wilson with the first down. Now at the 9-yard line, 3rd and 2. Tua throws, incomplete. They get the kicker out. Cut it to 8, 3rd and 12. 2 minutes to go. Tua avoids the sack by Judon, throws it downfield, but incomplete again, so 4th down and 12. Tua throws. This one is bobbled, nearly intercepted. Bulls can't get anything done. The Elks win 17-6. They're going to the playoffs 10-7. Bulls 7-10. And here we are, the final game of the regular season. Tigers Monarchs. Tigers ball. Hendon Hooker firing it downfield. Christian Kirk, 2 men to beat. One falls, the other one throws him down in the end zone with the tackle there. So Tigers up 10-3. 4th quarter already. Nothing happening until LaMonarch Jackson finds Jamison Williams down the sideline. And under a minute on 4th and goal, Lamar throwing back to the end zone. This thing looks like it's caught and we're tied up. Kincaid is fired up, but the refs have something to say about it. Illegal touching. They take away the touchdown and they take away the win from the Monarchs. The Tigers win it 10-3. Good defense by the Tigers. They finish 5-12. Monarchs 8-9. And with that, Week 18 has come to a close. Here are some of the top performers in the NFC. Aaron Rodgers, over 350 passing yards. Max Crosby, 6 sacks. Frank Clark in the AFC, 4 sacks of his own. And Josh Allen, 300 total yards and 4 touchdowns. And also with the end of the season marks the immediate firings of some of our head coaches. We have Sean Payton, Kevin O'Connell, Mike Vrabel, Frank Reich. They're all gone. Along with Mike McDaniel, Pete Carroll, Arthur Smith, Dennis Allen, and Mike Tomlin. It'll be interesting to see who gets picked back up again and if they can reinvent themselves next season. And with the season over, let's take a look at our final stats of the year. Trevor Lawrence led the league in passing. Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, though, super close behind. Look at that. Between 2 and 3 is 1 yard. Between 2 and 1 is just 11. So they are neck and neck here to finish it off. That was yards, but who has the most touchdowns? Well, it's a tie. Mahomes and Fields with 34 each. Fields, though, half as many interceptions. And then the rushing title goes to Derrick Henry, coming from behind the last week. A big Week 18 performance for him to pass Javonte Williams and Tony Pollard. Speaking of Pollard, though, he didn't win the rushing title, but he found the end zone the most times out of any running back, with 13 rushing touchdowns. Then in receiving, it was Tyreek Hill who had the most yards, just 5 yards short of 1,500, but it was the Sacramento Condors tight end Mark Andrews who scored the most, 13 touchdowns to go with his 1,000-yard season. While we're looking at offense, let's look at the top scoring teams in the WAFL. Caps, number 1, 26.2 points per game. Condors at 2 with 24.1. Huskies, third place with 23.7 points per game. And now the team with the worst scoring offense is the Tokyo Tigers, 9.3 points per game. Just dreadful. The Bulls, 10.5, not much better. Pioneers, they finished with just under 16, 15.9 to end the year. Now let's go to defense. Trenton Simpson, the rookie with the most solo tackles, tied with Dre Greenlaw. He's been a front runner for most of the year. That was solo, but who is the assist man? That is Roquan Smith. 83 assisted tackles on the year. But you add them all up, and what do you get? Trenton Simpson as the number 1 tackler in all the world, 155 tackles, the rookie wizard. But Dexter Lawrence, more than half of his tackles were tackles for loss, and 16.5 were sacks. Monster year by the big man in OKC. And in sacks, we know Aaron Donald made WAFL history a few weeks ago and broke the sack record. His total, 24, followed closely behind by Von Miller with 22 sacks. Quinton Williams, he had 21. Cam Hayward with 19. It's been the year of the sacks, just tons of them all year long. Then in interceptions, Trevon Diggs finishes with the most, 9 interceptions. Stephon Gilmore, second place with 7. Now in some team defense news, the top 5 defenses in points allowed. Number 1, the Elks, 226. Thunderbirds, 252 at number 2. Third is Snowhawks, 265. Bison's fourth best defense, 270, and Monarchs, 272 points allowed for the season. We also can't ignore the turnovers all year long. The Huskies, the Condors, the Mounties, the Caps, 4 of the best teams in turnover differential, and the teams who lost the turnover battle. Well, the Desperados, worst in the league. They're headed towards the playoffs. We'll see how that goes. Followed by the Pioneers, Nighthawks, Lumberjacks, all regularly bad teams. And then we can't forget about special teams. Look at Tucker, Moody, McGinnis, Shudak, 100% field goal percentage on the year. Great job by them. But who had the biggest boot this year? Well, Justin Tucker wins that prize as well. 63 yards, that's the longest this year. A couple other 60s though. Pinheiro, Myers, Zerline, all super close. And in punting, who was pinning it deep inside the 20? Johnny Hecker did it the most. 24 punts down inside the 20-yard line. Number 2, Stonehouse, 21. No one else got into the 20s. But that's enough of the stats. Here are your final standings in the WAFL. In the AFC East, the Snowhawks win it 12-5, followed by the Caps 10-7, Steamers 9-8, Orbits, they're last in the East 6-10-1. The NFC North finished with the Blues at the top. They're 11-6. Riverhogs second place 10-6-1. Antlers third place 10-7. All playoff teams. Then the lowly Aviators 5-11-1. Then in the AFC South, it's been Bisons all year long. They're 10-5-2. They won the division. Dreadnoughts 9-8. Armadillos third, 7-10. Oilers last as they have been all year, 5-12. And the AFC West ends with the Condors, number 1, 13-4. Sentinels, number 2, 8-1, edging out the Redwoods, who are 8-9. Pioneers, 3-14. Now let's go to the NFC. The Shamrocks are the best in the East at 13-4, followed by the Voyagers, 9-8. Second place, third place, Black Knights, 8-9. Dragons tied 8-9 as well. Then in the North, it was a close call, but the Thunderbirds edge out the Mounties to win the division. Both teams at 12-5, followed by the Huskies, 10-7. Also a wildcard team, Lumberjacks, one of the worst teams, 3-14. Then a look at the NFC South, one of the weaker divisions all year long. Wizards, Nighthawks, Golden Eagles finish at a 6-11 record. Desperados, they won it. They're 10-7. And finally, the West was won by the Elks. They stayed on top all year long. Monarchs finished second place in the West, 8-9. Bulls, 7-10. And Tigers, 5-12. And so with all that, we finally get a chance to look at our official playoff bracket. In the AFC, the Condors are number 1. They have the bye. But let's look at those wild card matchups. 2-7, it's an AFC East rematch. Snowhawks versus Caps. Then in the 3-6 slot, Memphis Blues versus the Omaha Antlers. And 4-5, the Bisons are at home against the Riverhogs. Now looking at the NFC, 2-7, Thunderbirds Voyagers. 3-6 is the Elks versus the Huskies. And 4-5, Desperados get a home game against the Mounties. And of course, the Shamrocks get their bye. They're the best team in the NFC. So now that the bracket is set in stone, the playoffs are officially here. Let me know your initial thoughts. And then next week, we'll be back with some WAFL wildcard football. starting off with the Columbus Caps versus the Brooklyn Snowhawks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there for the wild card round.